Hello and welcome to Bruce Springsteen Guitar Lessons. Today's lesson is going to be a live version of Racing in the Street from the Paramount Theatre 2009 show. Thanks very much to subscribe star Peter Jandrick for the request.
I got a 69 Chevy with a 396, pretty heads and a rest on the floor. She's waiting tonight down in the parking lot outside the 7-Eleven store. Me and my partner is Sonny, built her straight out of scratch, and he rides with me from town to town. We only run for the money, got no strings attached. We shut 'em up and then we shut 'em down. Tonight, the strip's just right. I wanna blow 'em off in my first tee. Summer's here and the time is right. We're racing in the street. We take all the action we can make, and we cover all the northeast states. When the strip shuts down, we run 'em in the street, from the fire roads to the interstate. So some guys, they just give up living and start dying little by little, piece by piece. Some guys come home from work and wash up and go racing in the street. Tonight, strip's just right. I wanna blow 'em all out of the seats. Calling out around the world, we're going racing in the street. I met her on a strip 3 years ago in a Camaro with this dude from LA. I blew that Camaro off my back and drove that little girl away. But now there's wrinkles around my baby's eyes, and she cries herself to sleep at night. When I come home, the house is dark. She says, "Baby, did you make it alright?" And she just sits on the porch of her daddy's house, but all her pretty dreams are torn. She just stares off alone into the night with the eyes of one who hates just being born. For all the shut-down strangers and hot rod angels rumbling through this promised land, tonight my baby and me, we're gonna ride to the sea and wash these sins off our hands. Tonight, tonight, the highway's bright. Out of our way, mister, you best keep. 'Cause summer is here and the time is right. We're going racing in the street.
Hello and welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that walkthrough. So now what we're going to do is go through all of the individual parts. Okay, so this song is in the key of F major. It temporarily goes into E flat for a bit in the middle 8 section. Tempo is roughly 88 BPM. It does kind of speed up, slow down in parts. So yes, quite a slow song. And obviously, as you've seen in the walkthrough, that's why I sang a little bit again. It's because half the song, a bit like Jungle Land, it's got no guitar in it. Okay, so I just thought I'd sing there. Otherwise I'll be sitting there sort of twiddling my thumbs. So yes, so it's quite a slow song. Most of the song is piano only, but there's some brilliant guitar stuff, especially towards the end of the song. Absolutely really good. So we'll go through all of that. So let's go through the chords first. So what we've got is a kind of what we call a broken F chord. So third finger, 3rd fret D, middle finger, 2nd fret G, and then bar the 1st fret on the B and the E strings. So that's an F chord. I call it broken F. It's based on an F major E shape. But yeah, broken F chord. Now if you add your little finger to the 3rd fret of the G string, uses this chord a lot. Again, this F and F sus4 are a hell of a lot of this in the song. So that's F sus4. And it sounds really good because it's actually a chord that he uses over the G minor chords, which it might not make sense to you at the moment, but it works really well just because of the way the intervals work and the key. That works really well over the B flat, the F and the G minor. So it's a really useful chord, kind of drone chord in this song. So that's F sus4. Then in the middle 8 we've got an E flat as a B flat, which is basically a part of an A shape E flat major chord. So basically barring the 8th fret and the D, G and the B strings. This is in the middle 8 section. And he also kind of puts his middle finger on for kind of an E flat sus4 chord. So this is in the middle 8. First kind of most of the bars are the middle 8. That's E flat over B flat. Okay. In the song structure, which I'll put up on the screen now, though, I'll just refer to it as E flat. Keep the chords as simple as kind of possible. With the song structure, I've basically put the chords, the main chords underneath everything, okay? Because what you'll find is there's a lot of these drone chords. So the song structure will say G minor. So the rest of the band will be playing a G minor, but then Bruce may be playing something else. So it's just worth bearing that in mind. But it's really good just to have the foundation of the song there. Don't forget all the song structures will be in the description. And it's good to kind of make sense of everything. Okay, cool. So that is E flat over B flat. And then you've also got an F kind of over C here, right at the end of the middle 8 section. That's barring the 10th fret, D, G and B strings. Okay, so it's basically like doing an F, E flat bar chord there, F major bar chord, but just those 3 strings, D, G and B. Okay, so that's the first 4 chords there. And we also got a B flat chord at the end of the middle 8, which is the same shape as your F chord, just with the root note on the 8th fret of the D string. So 8, 7, 6, 6. That's a B flat chord. You also got an F sus2, I think, in the outro. Again, really thick, Bruce sounding kind of stadium rock kind of type chord. Foo Fighters, bands like that use these types of chords a lot as well. Just really rich sounding chords. So bar the 1st fret of the B and the E, and then 3rd finger, 3rd fret D. It's just like the F chord without your middle finger. So it's the open G string, okay? And then we've also got an F chord. It looks like a D chord. So you've got the D major shape here. Imagine him moving that up 1, 2, 3 frets. So it's 5, 6, 5. That's basically it. It's an F over A chord again. In the song structure, I just refer to it as an F chord. But we're just going to call it, an F chord. So he uses this in the outro. It sounds absolutely brilliant. So that's an F major chord. Add your little finger on the 6th fret of the high E, and then you've got an F sus4 chord, okay? So yeah, that's the F over C. Sorry, F over C, not F over A. F over C. It's again just referring it to an F chord. And then F sus4 by adding the little finger on the 6th fret of the high E. Again, just really, really awesome sounding chords. You've also got an F5 over C. So here I'm barring the 5th fret G, B and E strings, then middle finger 6th fret B, and then little finger 8th fret of the high E string. Okay, so that's an F5 over C chord. And this is all, a lot of these higher chords are used in the outro section. Okay, and then what else have we got? Well, yeah, we've got a D minor chord, which he uses right at the end of the song. Okay, so first finger 5th fret high E, middle finger 6th fret B, third finger 7th fret G. So that's the chords. So just to recap that again. So yeah, you've got the F sus4, E flat over B flat, F over C here, B flat, F sus2, F over C here, F sus4, F5 over C, D minor. They might sound a lot more complicated than they actually are to play, okay, but they all sound really good. Okay, so that's all the chords. Also, just bear in mind, it's quite a tough one to record this with the singing, so I made a few mistakes in the walkthrough, but so it differs slightly from the tab on occasions, only minor, so just check the tab if more than my playing sometimes. But yeah, got it there as close as possible. And obviously Bruce is kind of improvising, so he won't, if he was to do this version in other times, he'll be doing something slightly different. The structures will be there, so you know, one 8-bar round he's playing down here, the next up 8-bar round will be playing up here, etc. But he might, you know, mix it up rhythm wise, as long as you get the main gist. Okay, so yeah, so let's go through the song. So intro, 8 bars, just piano. Then the first verse, you've got this 8-bar loop. So the chords underneath it, very prominent throughout the song, F, F, B flat, G minor, B flat, B flat. Obviously you've got chord extensions and things like that, but primarily those 8-bar loops in the verses. So the first verse and the second verse, got the same 8-bar loop twice, okay, so it's 16 bars. In the first chorus, you've got that same 8-bar progression, F, F, B flat, G minor, B flat, but that's just not repeated there. And then you've got the break, which doesn't happen in the album version, for 8 bars. And then in the second verse, I think the band comes in there. You've got Max on the snare, nice and simple, and the hi-hat. You've got the organ coming in, but there's no guitar until the second chorus, okay? Yeah, so you've got that same 8-bar progression. The intro is actually slightly different. The intro is F, D minor, C sus4 and B flat twice if you were interested in aiming to play the piano for this. Okay, so then the second chorus is when Bruce comes in, okay? So what we've got is an F major chord, and you're just going to do this pattern. Down, up, down, oops, from the D string, D, G, B, E, D, G, D, G. And don't forget, Bruce will vary this up as well, so you don't have to use this as a foundation and then change it up if you want. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. These are all 8th notes, so half a beat each. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Another bar of that. And F sus4 for basically the rest of the second chorus, okay? So if you look at the song structure, it goes to B flat, G minor, B flat. All you're going to do is play this F sus4 and it'll work perfectly. So for bars 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, you're just going to do this. And then there's extra harmony going on with the bass and the piano. So very simple, but works really, really well with all the other instruments. Yeah, so you just F for 2 bars. Then feel free to change out the picking as well. And then F sus4 for the rest of the 8-bar progression. Cool, so then after the second chorus, it goes straight into the middle 8 section. So what you've got here, it pretty much does the same riff. Okay, so this is the E flat over B flat. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bars, okay? And it's something like this. So you hit the G string, downstroke, B string, upstrokes, 1 and 2. So the 2 is a rest. These are all 8th notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and then hit, on the end of 2, hit the downstroke on the D string. Put your middle finger, so it's kind of like a sus4 thing. Upstroke, middle finger, 9th fret B. And then downstroke, 8th fret D. And then upstroke, B string, and upstroke G string. So it's like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, again, feel free to embellish it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, as long as you've got that main kind of riff going, that will sound great. And 2 and 3 and 4 and, don't forget to take your middle finger off before the penultimate note of that bar. So that bar is just repeated 6 times. And so on. And then in the 7th bar, you've got this F bit, you go up 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, so I'd probably go down, up, down, up, down, up, or we could do strict alternate picking, okay? So the picking I was doing for the first bit was down, up, down, up, down, up, up. You could do strict alternate picking if you like. It's more kind of, I like to do occasionally more sort of upstrokes. These kind of treat it more as an arpeggio, like that. Down, up, down, up, down, up. That's just for 1 bar on the F. Then just strum the B flat there, 8, 7, 6, 6 from the D. Let that ring out for 2 bars. Cool, so yeah, pretty straightforward so far. Nice simple rhythms. Again, it's all about layers with Bruce. So then you're on the 3rd verse, which is 16 bars. Again, same 8-bar phrase done twice, piano only pretty much. And then 4th verse, same 16-bar phrase. 8-bar phrase done twice. So you got the 3rd verse, 8-bar phrase done twice. 4th verse, 8-bar phrase done twice. And then you got the 3rd chorus where there's no guitar in, okay, where there was in the 2nd chorus. And now we start with the humongous outro, okay, which is about 5 minutes long, but it's really awesome, okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to split it all up to make it more manageable for you to learn. So outro part 1 is just Roy on the piano, okay. So this is the 8-bar phrase, F, F, B flat, G minor or G minor 7 for 2 bars and B flat. So again, it's good to get used to that 8-bar phrase. So outro part 1, just Roy on the piano. The band comes in, the rest of the band, but not Bruce, comes in, or Steve either, come in on outro part 2 with the same 8-bar phrase, okay? And now we're gonna call the next section outro part 3, which is 10 rounds, okay? And it's all slightly different. So outro part 3, yeah, and just if you wanted to do, so Steve part's got quite a simple acoustic part here, okay? Can't hear it much in YouTube, but it's a nice little sort of, he's adding some nice strumming. So if you want to get the tab for that, you'll be able to get this probably tomorrow or the day after on the JS Music School website, so jsmusicschool.co.uk. So check in the Bruce shop there, and you'll be able to get it, both Bruce and Steve's parts in the shop, all as one file in either Guitar Pro format, which I make this. Make all my tabs in, or in PDF if you don't have Guitar Pro. So yeah, it's basically just a nice simple strumming pattern. He uses capo 3, so standard tuning capo 3, and then yeah, just use sort of basic chords to complement the rest of the sound. Cool, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do outro 3, so now there's 10 rounds of this awesome outro, okay? Outro part 1, Roy only. And then outro part 2, the rest of the band comes in, minus Steve and Bruce. Okay, so that's, and then in outro part 3, 10 rounds. Okay, so you start off with the F sus2, down, up. Okay, all 8 notes. He's going to pick through from the D string, the F sus2 chord. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Let it ring out, and then going to go like this: down, up on the B. Let that high E ring out for half a beat. 1 and 2 and 3. Upstroke on the B, and down on the D, up on the B. Again, he will be changing this up quite a lot. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and basically just do the same thing now, same pattern, 3 rounds with the same picking pattern that we did with the F sus2. Let's do it with an F sus4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. And obviously the chords are different for the other instruments, but they work, that F sus4 works really well over the G minor, and also over the B flat. So yeah, nice and simple. So the 2-bar F sus2 riff, and then the 2-bar F sus4 riff 3 times. Cool, so nice and simple there. So that's part 1 of this humongous outro. Now we're going to go on to round 2, okay? So, and also in the tabs that I've made for this, I've put round 2, etc. So you can break it all down. Otherwise, it'll be it's quite, as it's such a long song, about 10 minutes long. You want to strip it all down into sections. So now round 2, so you've got an F, and you're just going to do here, go up and down. So down, up, down, up, up, down, up. So go from the D string, go all the way up, and then back down, and then do the D and the G string just to finish off. So you do 2 bars of that, all half a beat, the notes. Do the same thing for F sus4 for the next 6 bars. Again, feel free to change it up as well. So that's rounds 1 and 2, fairly straightforward there. And now we're going to go on round 3. Okay, so it starts off the same, the bar of F. Cool. Now you've got this cool little hammer-on technique, which is hammering on the F sus4, hitting the G string, hammering with a little finger, 3rd fret G. So remember to really dig in, and then up on the E and the B, then D. So, and do that again. So this bar again, these are 16th notes to start with. 1 E and 2 and 3 and 4 and down, up, down, down, up. And you basically just do that for the next 3 bars. So bars 2, 3 and 4. One more bar. F sus4 like we had in the previous round, and do that hammer on bar again, and then the F sus4 bar again, and then do the hammer on bar again. Cool, so yeah, so again it's a lot of repeating patterns. It's just kind of remembering them. So my advice practicing this song is just do each 8-bar pattern, memorize it, move on to the next one. Cool. Now we're going to go to round 4. So this is when he moves up to this kind of D shape here. Okay, so here you're going to do down, up, down, then add your little finger, sus4, up, down. So down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, that's how I'm picking it. Again, you don't have to use this picking. And then going to do the next bar, do the same thing. Sounds really cool. And the next 2 bars are the same. In fact, the next 3 bars are pretty much the same. Again, by all means, change it up. You're going to do a hammer on. So grace note hammer on, so you're not counting it. It's only a split second. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you hammer on, middle finger's on the 5th fret, the high E. Hammer on little finger, 6th fret high E. 1, and then B string, G, and then re-pick this sus4 thing, up, down, take your little finger off, and up, down. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then do it another 2 times. In fact, do it another time as well, so 4 bars in a row. Of course, that's the first 6 bars of round 4, and then you get to that really cool. Okay, so you're going to go up, down, down, up, or up, down for these kind of last 2 notes. Up, down, down, or up there. So that's bar 7. So I was just going E, B, G, E, B, G, E, B. And then the final bar of round 4, up, down, down. Then last note, which is a quarter note. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Cool, so that's round 4. And now we're going to do round 5. Okay, so you're going to go back to the D shape there. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So the last 2 notes, just E and the G string. and do the same thing, but hit the B string instead of the G in bar 2, round 5. And then you've got that kind of hammer-on thing again for bar 3 of round 5. And then just leave your little finger, or a third finger. So 6, 6. Okay, so you can kind of, whatever works for you, up, up for those last 2 notes, or up, down. Or alternate picking, so down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. You might prefer that, especially if you're struggling with the alternate picking. It might be a good practice to do strict alternate picking. Okay, and now you just do that bar again, one more round. And do the same thing, but without the hammer on at the start. So just leave your little finger there. That's the sus4 thing. And do that for 2 bars. And then the F5 over C bar again. And then that bar that we had, same as the last round. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Of course, that's round 5. Cool, and now we're on to round 6. Again, it's gradually building up. He's doing different patterns each time. So it's just really, it just sounds so good. Cool, so round 6, you're going to do the that kind of FOC bar again. Up, up, down, up, up, down, up, down. With the G, the E and the G at the end of the bar. And do the same thing with the E and the B at the end. And then the hammer-on bar again. And do that again. And then no hammer-on. sus4, take your little finger off at the end. And then F5 over C at the end. Okay, so this bar again, you're going to go 8, 6, 5, 8, 6, 5, 6, 6. Up, up, down, up, up, down, up, up. Cool, and you've got this really cool perfect fifth kind of power chord here. So he's got an F and then a B flat. And then he's going into a G and a D. So it's a really cool power kind of 16th note pattern. So here we've got this 1 E and so first finger 8th fret, sorry 6th fret B, little finger or third finger 8th fret E. So 1 E and so you hit that, slide, keep the pressure on, and down up. 1 E and then 2 E and 1 E and 2 E and beat 3 goes 3 and 4. 1 E and 2 E and 3 and 4. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down. And the next bar 1, 2 and down, 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 up, and then down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So those last 2 bars again. 1 E and 2 E and 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3 E and 4 E and cool. So now we're going to do round 7, which is the F5 over C. So E, B, G, E, B, G, E, G. And then do the same thing, but at the end, it actually changes halfway through. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So there, in order to do this kind of D bit, I actually bar that bit with my first finger, middle finger 6th fret, G, and that allows me to kind of chop and change, do all this kind of cool stuff. So yeah, so this is bar 2 of round 7, up, up, down, up, down or up, down, up, and then 6th fret high E, and then G, and then E. So up, down, or up, down, up. Yeah, probably do more alternate picking for that second half of the bar. Up, down, up, down, up. So that's really cool. You've got this chord, sus4, and then F. So you've got 3 chords in this bar. Up, down, up. And then sus4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, up, up, down, down, up. And then the last bar, up, down, down. Okay, so a lot of repeating patterns here, just slight variations, so look out for those. Cool, so that was the first 4 bars of round 7. And then you've got, this bit sounds really cool. So start off from the D shape, hit the high E string. I like to start with an upstroke here. You can easily start with a, as long as it's consistent, it's on purpose you're picking, kind of, that's the main thing. Upstroke, hammer on straight away. These are all 16th notes. So upstroke on the E, hammer on, and then G string downstroke, and then upstroke 6th fret. So 1 E and then it's a tie, and then B string, then G string downstroke, 1 E and 2 E and. That's the timing there. 1 E and 2 E and. And then you're going to do, just instead of doing a hammer on, you do a pull off and do the same thing. Yeah, because you're hammering on, it changes the notes. Sus up 4 and pull off to the F. It sounds really cool, and that's done for 2 bars. Then the next 2 bars are repeated. So it's a 1 bar pattern, bar 7, that's repeated in bar 8. And here you're going to do this power chord slide. 1 E and 2 E and. So down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up. And same thing again. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. Common 16th note strumming here. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2, 3 E and 4 E and. Cool, so now we're in part 8. Okay, so what we've got here, really cool 16th note pattern. So 1 E and 2 E and. It's repeated. So this is on the F5OC. Up, up, down, down. Time wise, 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. And he does this basically for the pretty much for the next bar, but slight change at the end. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and It's on the 3, put the third finger there. Then take it off, then do the G and the high E strings. There's bar 8 of round 8. No, it's not, it's bar 2 of round 8. And then you've got that hammer on section again, but without a pull off in the second half of the bar. Okay, so 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. That's bar 3 of round 8. And then you've got the hammer on and pull off bar that we had before in the previous round. And just do the same thing next bar. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so bar 6 of round 8, we've got this down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. That's a 2-beat pattern. 1 E and 2 is tied, then E and down, up, down, up, down, up. This is with the B flat 5 power chord, 6th fret B, little finger or third finger, 8th fret E. So down, up, down, up, down, up. And repeat that 2-beat pattern twice. Cool. For the remaining 2 bars of round 8, you've just got this. You slide up 1 E and then it's just 2 E and 3 E and so yeah, 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. Cool. So that's all of round 8. Cool. Round 9. You go back to the F5OC. And you got that 2-beat pattern that we had before. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and again, but then slightly change the second bar here of round 9. Then on the of 3, on the 6th fret, we had that bar before, I think. 6, 5. It's going 8, 6, 5 on the high E, and then you got that kind of hammer-on bar again. And then pull off bar. And then the same thing but without the hammer on to start with. So it's just 6, 6, 5. And then pull off. Then hammer on, pull off. Then just a few less notes here. You got this down, up, down. So the F5 over C again. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, bar 6 of round 9. Down, up, down. Okay, 1 and 2 E and then that riff again. Cool, and then we've got the kind of slide riff that we had before. So it's the same 2 bars, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Cool, so that's round 9, and now we're in round 10. And it goes up even further on the neck. Very U2 like this. I really like this. So power chords, strong sound intervals. Sounds really cool. Okay, so middle finger 11th fret B, little finger 13th fret high E. Rhythm, what you're going to do this: down, up, down, down. 11, 13, 11, 11, and then 10 on the B. 1 and a 2 E and then the next beat, 13th fret high E, and then hammer on 10 to 12. So I'm barring kind of the B and the E there. Downstroke, then upstroke 13 E, then 11th fret B. So it's 1 and 2 E and 3 and 4 E and. Again, you don't have to do that picking. This is the way I do it. Down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. Down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down. Bar 2 of round 10, 1 and, so 11, 13, B and E, B, 1 and 2, and then E, upstroke, and 10th fret G. So, okay, you can kind of bar the G, the B and the E there on the 10th fret. 1 and 2, E and, down, up, then down on the G string, up on the high E, then G string, and then hammer on then the B string 10 to 11, then upstroke 13th fret high E, and 10th fret G. So 1 and 2 E and 3 and 4 E and 1 and 2 E and 3 and 4 E and. Really cool bar that. Down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, or down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Yeah, just be, as long as you can get the timing right. Next bar, you got this kind of, the next 3 bars are the same, roughly. So you got this hammer on, 10, 11 on the B, up, down on the G, up on the high E, up on the high E again, down on the G, and then you got this pattern. Up, down, up. You have to take your middle finger off. Up, down, up with the middle finger off, and then up, down on the B and the G. So this bar, which are bars 3, 4, and 5 of round 10, 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. And you do this bar 3 times. Then you start off the same, okay? But then just leave your middle finger down, okay, rather than playing the G string or, yeah, so you're just going to leave your middle finger down, 1 E and 2 E and, 1 E and 2 E and then just this bit again, so E, B, G, E, B, G. And that's for the last 3 bars, okay? So bars 3, 4, 5, you've got, okay, and then bars 6, 7, and 8. Cool, so that's the humongous 10-part, I call that outro part 3. So now we're in the final round, whereas this is where the D minor comes in, okay? As you can tell in the video, Bruce gives Steve the nod, and then Steve nods to show that this is the final round where they change it, so there's a D minor, just to kind of gradually bring the song to a close. Okay, so outro part 4, you're going to go back to this 8, 6, 5, F5 over C. 1 and, but now we're back to kind of 8th note rhythms, whereas in the previous few rounds we've been doing this 1 E and 16th note rhythms, sort of faster strumming, so faster picking, sorry. So you're going to go up, down, down, up, down. So we've had this bar before, E, B, G, E, B, G, E, G, and then you get this 1 and 2 and 3 and then this slightly weird rhythm here. Take your little finger off and then hit the B string, quickly followed by the high E string. 4 E, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 E, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 E. Now we've got the D minor chord, 1 and 2 and 3. So here G, E, B, G, E. And then, actually what you might want to do is bar the kind of the B and the E strings, because you'll be taking your middle finger off. So you're going to go G, E, B, G, high E, take your middle finger off, hammer on 5 to 6, and high E, and G string. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 E and. Cool, then you're going to do that hammer on again, but this time 16th note pattern, 1 E and so B, G, high E string, and then B, G, 1 E and 2 E and, 1 E and 2 E and then you've got this 5, 6, 7, okay, E, B, G, and then that kind of rhythm we've had before. So this bar again, 1 E and 2 E and, 3 E and 4 E and then the sus4 that we've pretty much had before, but no hammer-ons, pull-offs here, it's just sus4, 1 E and 2 E and, 3 E and 4 E and then you've got this, carry on into bar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then take your little finger off, hit the high E, and then the B string, slightly different variation here, 1 E and 2 E and, then the hammer on the high E, then the G string, then high E again, then little finger off, E, and B. Okay, so 1 E and 2 E and, 3 E and 4 E and then you've got the same as bar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool, and now we've got penultimate bar, the F5 over C, kind of strum the G and the B, then up, up, down, third finger 6th fret high E, and then the B string, and then take your third finger off, finish off the F chord. Cool, so yes, it's pretty full-on song, really awesome live version, obviously quite completely different from the album version, but yeah, fantastic. Some really cool techniques in there, all this kind of nice bright sounding kind of pedal chords there, kind of just keep repeating over the chord progression. So thanks very much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed the video. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Any comments or suggestions, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget if you need any of the tabs. Obviously I haven't had time to go through the Steve's parts today, so if you want the acoustic parts, that's capo fret 3. If you're doing this in a band or whatever, obviously check out the website jsmusicschool.co.uk. Head over to the Bruce shop where you can get backing tracks, guitar PDFs, guitar profiles for all of these videos. And obviously you'll be able to get all the parts, any solos that are transcribed will be in those files. And yeah, or you could sign up to Subscribe Star to get extra guitar solo videos. If you want extra tabs during this part of the lesson. So I've put tabs up, every bar we're doing or chord, I'll put those up on the screen as well, which you don't get on this YouTube video. So yes, you can check out the different tiers on subscribestar.com/Bruce Springsteen Guitar. And any files, you can just request files and they're sent out on the 3rd of the month to your email address. So they're not stored on the site. Videos are, but the files are sent out to your email. Cool, so thanks very much for watching. See you next time. Cheers, bye. If you'd like to get guitar profiles, tab PDFs, backing tracks from any of these tutorials, head over to either the Subscribe Star page or my website, jsmusicschool.co.uk. Remember to subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications. Thanks very much. See you on the next one.